Hello and welcome to EBADay 2020. I'm Hannah Wallace, and kindly calling into our virtual studio now is Monica Sasso, EMEA FSI Chief Technologist for Red Hat. So welcome, Monica. Thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you, Hannah. I hope you're well today.
I'm very well. I'm sorry we couldn't be face-to-face in the studio, but it's good to have you on nonetheless. So yes, we're gearing up for an exciting EBADay, and I'd love to start the interview by hearing a bit about Red Hat's involvement in this year and what you're hoping to get out of the event. So let's start there.
Sure. So as the financial services industry transitions to a hybrid cloud future, we believe Red Hat OpenShift is the best container platform for any bank or payments provider to build a modern payments operation on. And it isn't just Red Hat that believes that OpenShift is the industry's multi-cloud container platform leader. The Forrester Wave, in its recent multi-cloud container development platform report, also agreed. OpenShift outperformed 7 other providers, scoring perfectly in the strategy and market presence categories. So yes, I'm looking forward to connecting with my financial services colleagues on where they are with their digital transformation initiatives and how Red Hat can help with their transition.
Well, it's great to have you on board. All right, so following on from that, then what are the foundations, do you think, for a successful digital transformation? Let's talk a bit more about that.
So I think during the pandemic, and many banks have been public in discussing this in all of their research and topics, is that many banks have accelerated their digital transformations. It's common knowledge that banks need to become software companies with banking licenses to serve their clients in the manner their clients expect to be served, as they are served when they interact with their favorite video streaming service or online shopping outlet. To achieve this, banks need a hybrid cloud strategy to become more agile with their software development, flexible with their operating models, and of course, they need infrastructure that can scale whilst being secure and compliant.
All right, and of course, Red Hat is an open source company, isn't it? So could you highlight some of the benefits that come from open source? What about those?
Sure, Hannah, I love this question. And as a new joiner to Red Hat, I'm even more a fan of open source than I ever needed to be before. We think banks can benefit from open source for 3 reasons: freedom, cutting edge technology, and culture. So firstly, why would you buy a car with the bonnet or the hood welded shut? Surely you want to be able to check the oil or top up your windscreen wiper fluid. Red Hat allows you to do that with Linux and with our hybrid cloud infrastructure. And this principle allows you to avoid vendor lock-in, which dovetails with the EBA's rules on cloud outsourcing. We also take that principle to the open source software development community and do all the hard work for you. We harness the power of innovation in a way that is unmatched by other corporations, and we make it enterprise ready for financial companies to use. After all, 2 heads are better than 1, and we really believe open unlocks the world's potential. And finally, we know that all banks want and need to drive innovation, not only in the products the banks serve their loyal clients with, but also they want to inspire their clients to innovate as well. Red Hat's open culture uses open source principles and DevOps practices throughout our organization to maximize flexibility, transparency, and speed, which benefits ultimately all of its customers.
Brilliant. Well, I love the analogy there and some really good advice, Monica. So we'll leave it there. Again, sorry we couldn't be in the studio this year, but it was great to have you on and hear your insights. So thank you very much.
No, thank you. My pleasure.